Hello YouTube, Mike here again with another Mailday, baseball collector, and I've got 4 packages today, plus I'm going to talk to you about a new project that I'm working on that I'm really excited about. So I don't know about a lot of you guys, but I sure have a problem when I get into a new project. I kind of have OCD about it. I start really obsessing about it, and something I've been doing for 1973 Topps was getting all of the Hall of Famers in a PSA slabbed. That's the set for the year that I was born, and so I've been working on that. I'm down to like a couple of cards that I need for that, so I needed another challenge. And finding Hall of Famer autographs for me is very, very difficult at this point. I'm at 210 different or something like that, so finding new stuff is hard. So I started a new project, and I'll go through that. I think I also have a top 300 card in my mail today. It's a 4-package mail day. Look at that, it takes up the whole screen. Plus I've got a bunch of mail already this week that I didn't do mail day videos on that I'll show you as part of my project. So I'm just gonna start. I have no idea which ones are which, so I'm just gonna start opening them up and showing them to you and telling you where they fit in my collection. This is what I think it is. This will be a good one to start with because it's not part of my new project. And then I can spend the rest of the time talking about my new project. I was correct. It's an auction that I won on eBay from Probstein. Lots of stuff from Probstein, lots of great stuff. Usually I worry about it because it gets shilled a lot. Whenever you consign stuff to Probstein or PWCC, there's always a risk of being shilled. If you don't know what shilling is, it's where somebody bids up your auction. Kind of sucks because you might otherwise get a good deal if nobody else sees the card, interested in the card, whatever. But when it's shilled, it's not good. This one I think I got a really good deal on. It's a VG3, but it's a card I've been after for a long time, and pretty excited to get it. I always am on the lookout for this. This is part of my top 300 cards. PSA Set Registry. I'm trying to get some of the gunk off the slab right now. So hopefully it shows. New holder, which is great. New PSA holder. And it is a, ooh, glare's bad. There we go. A 1949 Bowman Stan Musial VG3. 3's not the greatest, but this card is from 1949. Really, it looks pretty good. The color's really good on it. It's a little off center for sure. Corners are not in the greatest shape, so it's a 3. Wow, the back looks really good. The back's really sharp. 49 Bowman Stan Musial, so that's his second year. First year he has a 48 Bowman and a 48 Leaf, both of which are on the top 300, so I still need to get those, but I'm really excited to add this one to my collection. So that means the rest of these are from my new project, which will be great. So I'll get all these open and kind of talk to you about it, and then I got the best one first. That'll be good. I'm gonna take these out of the little plastic stuff so they're easier to show you. So one of my favorite sets from when I was a kid, this is before when I was a kid, it's a vintage set. Not that I'm working on the whole set, but I'm gonna try to get all the Hall of Famers from that set. And it's 1960 Topps. And I think what inspired me a little bit to do that was seeing archives, Topps Archives this year has a 1960 Topps, you know, part of the cards are 1960 Topps inspired, along with whatever other years are on there. I don't buy any new stuff really, so I don't know what the rest of it is, but 1960 is part of that, so it kind of got me thinking. That was always one of my favorite sets, and if I'm gonna do a vintage set, that's one I would look at doing. So I've got 2 of the 3. Oh, this isn't a 4-package mail day because the other package is to my wife, so that would not be for me, but the others are for my set. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show these in a particular order. So 1960 Topps, great classic year of cards. And so I'm trying to get all the Hall of Famers. Well, the PSA Set Registry I think has 38 Hall of Famers. I think that's right. I'm not even going to look it up. I'm pretty sure that's true. And so over the last week, I have gone bananas buying 1960 Topps Hall of Famer cards. I've got twice as many as I'm about to show you on the way in the mail. So you can find them shockingly cheap. I don't know that oh, I do. I bet I do. Let me pull up something and I'll be able to tell you kind of prices I've been paying. If you don't know that, what's the fun? Kind of what does that cost? If I was to do something like that, what would it cost me? So I'm going to have these pulled up where I can, because I track everything on a spreadsheet. Looks like, let me see if I can get that to do that. It looks like that. There's my spreadsheet with all the Hall of Famers from 1960. And including the managers, including any Hall of Famers that happen to be a coach for a team or whatever. So my first one is a manager, and it's Joe Gordon, and it's a PSA 8. So my grade criteria is pretty simple. On most of the cards, it's going to be from a 5 to an 8. I'm not delusional enough to try to go after 9s or everything PSA 7 or better. It's just not worth it. And I've found some amazing looking 5s and 6s for some of the cards that I'm going to have coming. Speaking of one, here's one. I'm going to pull it out of here. So that was Joe Gordon, manager of the Indians in 1960. Here is a PSA 6 Louis Aparicio, shortstop for the White Sox. And that's a 6, but that's a gorgeous card. It's centered well. Always makes me wonder what they were thinking to give that a 6. The corners are very sharp. Color's good. Okay, 6 it is. That just means buy the card, not the grade. I'm going to leave this one in because it's annoying to take it out. It's a Hoyt Wilhelm. Also a PSA 6, but look at that. Again, centered pretty well. Not great, but a little bit off left to right and front to bottom, actually. But it's not an OC qualifier, but it's a 6. Corners are good. 6 is still excellent to mint, so it's not like it's terrible. This one I bought, the Joe Gordon I paid, goodness, what did I pay for Joe Gordon? Not very much. Well, I take that back. It's an 8, so I paid $23 for that one. The Aparicio was, where are you, Louis? $25 for a 6. The Hoyt Wilhelm was $13, so they're all kind of all over the place. This one I got pretty cheap. This is a Boston Red Sox coaches, and it's only a 5. It's a in the new holder. It's a 5, but it's got Billy Herman on it, who was a coach for the Red Sox, and he is a Hall of Famer. So that's that one. And here's my best one that I've gotten so far, is gotten in. So since I've started this project, it's a little lower grade than even I said for my criteria, but it's a gorgeous card. I'm looking at it going, how is it this grade? But it's a 60 Topps Mantle. Any Mickey Mantle is a good Mickey Mantle. It's a 4.5, but I'm having a hard time figuring that out. It's beautiful. I'm looking at it in the shine. There's no creases. Oh, yeah, there is. There's why it's a 4.5. There's a crease, a surface crease, and that'll do it. So even though it's a beautifully centered card, you can't even see the crease. It's right down here. You have to really try to see the crease. So it hurt the grade, but not the eye appeal of the card, and that's really critical. And I paid well over $200 for the mantle. All his stuff is just crazy expensive, but the coaches I made up for it on. It was $8.99 delivered, so not a bad deal. So I've still got there again. There's 39 cards. The registry says 38, but they're wrong because there's a Dick Williams 1960 Topps, and he's not listed on the registry. So once I get a Dick Williams in, I will send that to PSA and say, hey, you need to add this to the registry, which they will. So that's where I'm at. I've got I got 5 cards in hand, with a whole bunch more on the way, and I'll continue to build that set. So I just thought I'd share that project with you, along with my awesome Top 300 edition, my 1949 Stan Musial Bowman. So thanks for watching, and keep collecting. Leave me comments below. Appreciate it. Have a good one.